And you have nothing further to tell me, eh?
I'll tell you what I told her. Go and find the father of the child. It's his responsibility.
And what was his responsibility? That doesn't make it any less yours. She came to you for help at a time when she needed it the most. She was alone, desperate, and penniless. She needed support, company, and friendliness. You've had children. You know exactly what you were doing when you slammed the door in her face.
Mother, I think it was cruel and vile.
I must say, Sybil, that when this comes out at the inquest, it isn't good. It isn't going to do as much good. The press might easily take it up.
Stop it, both of you. Please remember, before you start accusing me of anything, that it wasn't I who had her turned out of her employment. Which probably began it all. In the circumstances, I think I was justified. The girl had begun by telling us a pack of lies. Afterwards, when I got at the truth, I discovered that she knew who the father was. She was quite certain about that, and I told her it was her business to make him responsible. If he refused to marry her, and in my opinion he ought to be compelled to, then he must at least support her. She responded to that with a lot of silly nonsense.
Now look here.
What was it?
Whatever it was, I knew it made me finally lose all patience with her. She was giving herself ridiculous airs, claiming elaborate fine feelings that were simply ridiculous in a girl in her position.
The position now is that she lies with the burnt out inside within a slab.
She said her father was only a youngster. Drunk, wild, and silly. There could be no question of marrying him. It would be wrong for them both. He had given her money. She didn't want to take any more money.
So she came to you for help because she didn't want to receive stolen money.
That's the story she finally told, after I first refused to believe her original story, that she was a married woman who had been deserted by her husband. I didn't have any reason to believe that one story should be any truer than the other. So you're quite wrong to assume that I regret what I did.
But if her story was true.
But if her story was true, then
If this boy had been giving her,
if this boy had been giving her stolen money,
then she came to you.
she came to you
For help,
for help
because she wanted to keep this youngster
because she wanted to keep this youngster
out of any more trouble.
Possibly, but it sounded ridiculous to me. So I was quite justified in advising my committee not to allow her claim for assistance.
You're not even sorry now.
Oh, you're not even sorry now when you know what happened to the girl?
I'm sorry that she should have come to such a horrible end, but I accept no blame for it at all.
Whose blame was it? Who was to blame?
First, the girl herself. Secondly, I blame the young man who was the father of the child she was going to have. If, as she said, he wasn't of her class and he was some drunken young idler, then that's all the more reason why he shouldn't escape.
So he's the main culprit anyhow.
Certainly. And he ought to be dealt with very severely.
Stop.
You're behaving like a hysterical child tonight. And if you would take some steps into finding this young man, and making sure that he's compelled to admit his responsibility publicly, instead of staying here asking quite unnecessary questions, then you really would be doing your duty.
Don't worry, Miss Sperling. I shall do my duty.
Glad to hear it. And now, no doubt, you'd like to say goodnight.
Not yet. I'm waiting.
Waiting for what?
Waiting to do my duty.
Oh, Mother, don't you see? But surely, it's ridiculous.
Look, Inspector, you're not trying to tell us that my boy is mixed up in this.
Well, if he is, then we know exactly what to do.
My God, but look here.
Don't stammer and yammer at me, Dad.
I don't believe it. I won't believe it.
Mother, I begged and begged you to stop.